Welcome back to the channel. This is Big Boss back with another video on personal protective equipment. Today's focus is going to be on jackets, your turnout jacket that you probably want to be wearing for various reasons on the different types of emergency scenes that you'll be responding to. So let's first go over a jacket that you don't want, okay? All right. This is a firefighter's turnout coat. It's a bunker coat. All right. This is not the jacket that you want. So if you're trying to find something on eBay or something, don't get a bunker coat or a turnout for firefighting. Just go real quick. It's a really heavy jacket. You're not going to be comfortable in it. It's got a vapor barrier and a insulated lining to help protect you from the heat and vapors, steam, stuff like that. For firefighting, this is just too heavy for what you want to do. All right, so forget about that. You don't want one of those. All right, the next jacket we'll talk about is a Wildland Firefighting coat. This is what I wear for most of my responses, except for when it's raining. This will get me through most incidents. The reason I choose this over, let's say, my rain jacket is because it's a single layer here. So it's hot and humid here in Florida, no matter what you do, no matter what time of the day or night it is. So you just learn to live with that, and this jacket helps deal with that, but then also offer a layer of protection for when I'm wearing short sleeves. And it also increases my visibility on the scene, and I'll cover a little bit more about that in just a moment. And it looks, it makes your organization look more professional when you're out there in the field. You want to look good. Because that's the most important thing, looking cool. All right, so let's see. I'm looking at my note there. Okay, a little bit about when you pick a jacket out. You're going to want a high collar. You want a collar that you can do this with and protect your neck from, we're not using this for firefighting, but we are using this to go out in very tall sawgrass that's as tall as myself or even taller, saw palmettos. We're having contact with insects like spiders. There's lots of spiders down here. There's mosquitoes. So we want to try to protect ourselves from that type of thing. And then also, when you're down on the ground, you want your arms protected. You could wear coveralls, but that's a different video. Okay, we'll cover that in another video. However, this jacket, I can pop it on real quick because I'm just wearing short sleeves down here. And then my arms are covered. And then I'm free to get down on the ground, reach up under a vehicle, try to grab something inside, like the bushes or the vegetation down here. And I know that I'm not going to get all scratched up or injured. Okay. Let's see. This is a 20-year-old jacket, so it needs to be updated. However, I want you to see that if you invest your money right and take care of your stuff, it'll last you a long time. However, this color on here has faded quite a bit being out in the sun here. But it used to be a lot more visible with that bright yellow. What I do count on is these reflective tapes on here. That's really important to have. Although this isn't a class, I don't think this is a class 1, 2, or 3 jacket because it's using an old stripe pattern. It does have reflective material on it, which is really important. And then also you want to have someplace on your jacket that identifies your organization. Okay, so let's go over. We got a zipper. We want to make sure we have a flap to help keep elements out. Want some pockets. This one has Velcro closures. I prefer something that's got a zipper closure on it, but this works pretty good. and I rarely use these pockets for anything except to put my hands in. Other thing you would like to look for is like a Velcro closure, so sort of cinch this up around your gloved hands, help keep insects out. Okay. And then, like I said, this jacket's old and I'm bigger, and so I don't know if that's visible in there. Ideally, you want your cuff on your coat to come down farther. That way, when you're moving, you see how that pulls up past my wrist when I'm reaching out. If your coat's sleeve's long enough, it'll stay in place around your gloves and help protect you. Okay, those are just real basic things. Gonna do a real quick turnaround on this so you can see. You want insignia. It's a place for accolades on there, certifications, whatever. And then you can see across the back, it's very easy to see. For conspicuously, you want that. You want to be easy to identify on the scene, and then be differentiated between the different departments or agencies that might be responding to the same incident that you're responding to. All right, and then I'm going to show you this video section right here, and you can see the importance of having that reflective material on your jacket. It just helps with your visibility, especially at night or during like the heavy rains that we get down here in Florida. I can't stress to you how important having that material is. Okay, so I just went over a little bit of the basics of the turnout coat that I wear for most of my incidents, unless it's raining. And then next we're going to cover what it's considered a raincoat. Here, let me get my... So I would call it an all-weather jacket because it can be worn in all weather. But it's technically a raincoat. Probably somebody's going to ask me. This is a Spiewak. I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen there. VisGuard. I'm not going to give you the model number because I checked just before I made this video and they don't make this model anymore, but they do have something similar on their website. And when I go to replace this jacket, that's where I'm going to go to get my Parka from. Okay. Let me read this real quick to you because this jacket meets ANSI, the IC 107-2010. And then I'm just going to give you a brief description of it. This is by no means a detailed version of what that standard is. The standard provides guidelines for the selection and use of high visibility, safety apparel for workers who are routinely exposed to the hazards of low visibility. So that could be day, low light conditions, night, fog, or smoke. And this is especially important for those of you who, and if you're working animal rescue, animal control, you're going to be out on the streets and the highways doing some kind of activity with an animal. And that's where that class or that ANSI rating is going to be really important. You're going to need either a class 2 or a class 3. I'll let you look that up online so you can determine which one's best for your situation. But if you can go for a class 3 garment, that's what you want to go for. Okay, let's get busy on this jacket here. Let's go for pocket zippers. This has an inside pocket. It's got a zipper in it. Well, I know if I put something in that pocket, it's going to stay in there. Same thing for the side pockets here. These pockets here, if I put a glove or something in there and zip it up, I know when I come back to grab it later or try to retrieve that item that it is right where I left it, okay? And then while I'm on the side here, these are zippers here for your kit. So if you're carrying a flashlight, a two-way radio, or a firearm, this can be unzipped here, and then you can expose the item that you need to have access to so that you're not trying to reach this up or if this was just zipped down, now it's hanging up above the item. It's getting bunched up there. The other cool feature about this is it's got this little tab here that snaps in place, so that way when you want to have your item that you want to access, if you're carrying a firearm, you can put that here and wrap around it, and then it keeps your jacket down, because if you're in a really rainy place, you're probably going to be wearing rain pants with that. Okay? All right, so that's just those are, when you're buying a jacket, you want features. These are the kind of features that you're looking for. The next thing I'm going to go show you here is, let me show you the armpit zipper. There's armpit ventilation on here. This opens up so that when you're working, it can give you some ventilation into the jacket, because here in Florida, if you don't ventilate your jacket or have a breathable jacket, and even when you do, you could just about sweat as much as it is raining out and be saturated, but you still want that protection. Okay, so I'm trying to demonstrate that you can operate some of this stuff while you've got the jacket on. Another feature that this jacket has, and I guess I'll do it when I got the zipper up. No, let me do it now. Is it's got a badge tab. That may or may not be applicable for your situation, but it's another thing that if you need it, you want to make sure that it's on there, that it's something in place. And then this has a radio tab oplet here on the shoulder. If you've got a radio here, see if I can change the angle so make that easier to see. Look how hard it is to really get a hold of a radio like that on this particular jacket. So I found that feature not very useful at all. However, if it's in the right place, it can be really handy if that's how you use your two-way radios. Okay, back to zippers here for a moment. So I've got the zipper zipped all the way up. You can see that there's a tab that goes over and helps prevent ingress of water from there. Some jackets have a waterproof zipper, so that when water won't penetrate the zipper. Okay, so you may not need that, but this is just a mark of quality on a jacket and a feature that you want to look for. So let me get back to the zipper here for a moment. If I've got both of those zipped down, you can see that there is tension across here. Now, if I'm going to be wearing this where it's continuously raining throughout the day and getting in and out of a vehicle without having to take the jacket off and on continuously, if I'm sitting down, this is going to pull up and create a lot of stress right down here on this part of the on this part of the zipper. When you have a double zipper, you can zip this up, so that way when you get in a vehicle, there's no stress put on this portion of the zipper. I imagine probably most people have had some kind of zipper failure down here on the lower part of a jacket at some point in their life, from getting in and out of vehicles and causing that kind of stress on it, or just from sitting. It doesn't have to be getting in and out of some kind of vehicle. All right, so those are, this jacket's feature rich, and that's what you want to have on a jacket. You want to have all of those things. So let me address this collar. Once again, we have a high collar. That also is important when you're wearing a helmet and you've got a lot of rain coming in. This helps keep a bunch of rain from going down inside your jacket there, along with a proper helmet. Check that video out. And then just going down my list here. This is clearly a high visibility color. This is that lime yellow, green, whatever you want to call it. This is a really great color for that. And then this is that ANSI 107 2010, and this is rated as a class 3 jacket. I think they've changed it a little bit so that there's more striping across here. But when this jacket was made, it was classified as a class 3. And so once again, we're back to the reflective markings here, and then organization identification is You want to have something on there to make yourself easily identifiable and visible. Okay. On the other coat, I would have it professionally silk screened, but I'm a home do-it-yourselfer, so I just spray painted that on there, and you can tell. Let me take this off for a minute, so I have to stand here. Let me check my notes here. I think I've covered it. This jacket's, let me just go, in general, I really like this coat. You know, in Florida where it's really humid, you're going to sweat in this jacket anyway, but it's still better than being rained on. And this jacket works really, really good. If I go to replace this, I'm going to buy this exact same jacket, but the updated version that they've got on their website. Okay, so it's not the same model, but it's one very similar to it. And then when you're going to look for, whenever you're going to buy really anything for emergency rescue work, and it's personal protective equipment, don't go for the inferior cheap import that's made out of inferior quality materials. That's not wise. What you want to do is you want to invest your hard-earned dollars, because if you're paying out of pocket, you definitely want to spend more money and get the best product possible. Okay. And then same thing if you're funded by donations and tax dollars. You have an obligation to spend that money wisely. So buying the cheap junk stuff that's not going to last, and then having to buy it 2, 3, however many more times, or buying a high quality jacket that's going to last, like that Wildland Turnout coat. That thing's been around 20 years. That's really important. And then also when you're looking for a garment to wear that has reflective material on it, you want it to be either Auralite, which is the old Reflex Light brand. If you're an old tireman like me, you'll know what I'm talking about. That was what was on the that firefighter turnout coat that I showed when I first started the video. And then or 3M brand reflective material. That's what this is on here. That's what was on that Wildland coat. Those are 2 proven reflective materials that you can rely on to reflect light in normal conditions, like I'm standing here in this room, or during heavy rain or inclement weather. Okay. And then don't forget, it's your safety. It's your life at stake. So do you want to be cheap out on it, or do you want to invest in yourself properly? I don't know. Can you hear that thunder? We'll find out when I make the edit of the video. Thank you for sticking around this long. I hope that you found this informative. Don't forget to put a comment down below if you have just a comment, or you want to share your experience with a particular brand of jacket. And then also, if you have questions, that's what the comments section is all about. So use it, and you'll get interaction from me personally on there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. There's no reason to not subscribe to our YouTube channel. All it takes is a single click or a little press on your phone or whatever device you're using. And then like and share the videos. I can't stress to you how important that is. It's so important. You can't imagine how important that is to help us grow the channel. And I know you want to see us be successful. So we appreciate that. And then go to our homepage, sign up for our newsletter, our organization news, announcement, rescue product reviews, just like this video here, video and blogs that we are posting almost, well, we probably put out 3 a week, but at least 2 a week. And then you can count us to never spam you. We're not going to spam you with a bunch of begging for money or animal adoptions. We don't do that. And then we're a nonprofit. If you would, consider making a donation to us. And then if you need to contact us, use the contact form there on the website. Well, I hope I covered everything from myself and all the animals that you help. We just want to say, hey, we love you. Thank you very much. And stay tuned for the next video. This is Big Boss. Out.